Hey, we have returned with our episode of Monsterhearts today. So let's cut over back to Zaf, our resident vampire. And I think you are just kind of being towed along to a kind of dark part of town by this like elderly vampire, right? And he just says, it is really very unfortunate that Quinn had to involve you in this mess. Unfortunately for you, if she can't control you, we'll have to end you before this is all over. He's just like speaking matter-of-factly as he drags you kind of down an alley to some...
I just try and become even more limp to make it slightly more difficult.
And he like slams you in the gut once, and it really hurts. You can take one harm,
Cool.
unless you're gonna like resist it.
Nope.
Yeah. And he just says, talk like that again and I will kill you. Or sorry, I'm not talking. You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
If you're going to act like a child, I'm going to kill you. It keeps dragging you along, and you reach the Catholic church actually. That you tried to go into the like groovy vampire club underneath at one point, right? And you go to that same door, and there isn't a guard there because it's like in the day at this point. But and as we know, vampires in our setting do not burst into flame, so this doesn't matter. But you get to that door. He like knocks on it in like the special code, and someone opens the door, and you guys you get ushered in to a vampire meeting, right? So you see like
I do take note of the special knock and code.
Okay.
So that if I do survive this, I can get access to this place again.
Sounds good. You kind of stumble on a vampire meeting. So it really is like a nightclub down here, right? That is for sure what it is. It's a nightclub for vampires and other things that go bump in the night. Underneath the Catholic Church. But it's kind of like the tables and stuff have been like rearranged so that there's like a row or a circle of seats kind of in the center of the room, and there are various vampires and their lackeys, their vampiric spawn, if they have any, kind of sitting at these chairs, speaking in kind of low whispers about whatever the situation is, and you maybe only catch snippets of it. But Zaf, you're dragged over to Quinn, who's kind of standing next to the bar, kind of like twiddling her or wrapping her fingers against the countertop, like nervously. She looks up and she says, "Goodness, what happened, Abernathy?" And he's like, "Oh, don't worry. It only took a little bit longer because, well, the police got involved. But don't worry about that because
they're just dead in your home now."
And Quinn just like groans.
I try and like imitate his voice.
Yeah. What did I say about collateral damage, Abernathy? And the vampire just...
You didn't specifically say don't murder the cops in your home.
He like smacks you again, like really hard. Take another harm. Like you're literally being beat up by this dude. Like he's not holding back at all with these like slams. And he says, "You say one more word, then I'll snap your pretty little neck." He turns back to Quinn. This one got me into all sorts of trouble. It would have been very easy to pick up the book you requested, but no. Little Zaf here apparently let your prisoner go, and the police were called. Quinn stares daggers at you, Zaf.
I just say, like, I honestly have no clue how the police got involved.
And she kind of like frowns, but like she still feels the like domination she has over you. Like she still knows that she has that power over you, so she can't be too mad at you. She's like, "We'll talk about this later."
And I didn't mean for Greed to get away.
I believe
I mean,
you.
like, can she sense that I'm not lying with the domination?
Yeah, she says, I believe you. And she turns back to Abernathy as if like, oh yeah, I can be mad at this guy because he has free will. And he just kind of quirks his head and just kind of says, listen, Quinn, by the time this weekend is over, I doubt there'll be much left of the Emmett Falls police force anyway. There's going to be a war in the streets, so a little bit of collateral damage isn't going to hurt us too much. And Quinn, like, rolls her eyes and says, Abernathy, we haven't decided anything about the way we're handling this. And Abernathy is already shaking his head. He's like, no. It's already decided, Quinn. You don't have the votes to pass whatever half measure you're trying to pull. And Quinn just like grits her teeth and says, we'll see about that. The vote hasn't been cast. Zaf, come with me. And she like walks away from Abernathy and to her seat apparently on this like kind of round table of vampires.
I do a little like flourish bow and say, a pleasure, sir. And skedaddle away before he can slap me again.
Yeah. He gives you that look like he's going to, but then yeah, you scurry out of the way. And Quinn, as you guys are walking over to the chairs, she just says, what can you tell me about what happened there, Zaf?
Well, I bet on Gree. Bet on him. And
you what?
What? And I just
Zaf,
passed out.
You fed on him. I didn't tell you to feed on him.
You didn't tell me to not feed on him.
It's not wrong.
Thought I wouldn't have to.
I made sure he didn't die.
Zaf, listen to me. I am on very thin ice with the Quasters.
Okay,
and if you make one more move, I'm going to have to kill you myself.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I fed on him and I passed out. And when I woke up, your basement window was shattered. There was blood all over my mouth, and I was on the ground getting woken up.
That basement I
getting
just had
woken up
replaced.
by police officers. So I don't know what happened. And then the police officers were taking me into the station for questioning. When we go up the stairs, and Abernathy is there.
I sent him to fetch a book for me and make sure that Gree was still properly secured. I didn't realize he would kill people, but no, this is my fault. I'm the one who sent him, and I know what he's capable of and what his tactics are. I'm stretched thin here, Zaf. I don't have many allies, and the Quester Council is one step away from turning Emmett Falls into a war zone.
Between what sides?
Between us and them. Between the creatures who go bump in the night and the U.S. government. Their program and their superhumans, what might be left of them. I think they're all gone. Gree's the last of them.
Doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world.
Zeph, I don't think you understand what this means. This means that we're out. Everyone will know about us. This means a change in the way we've operated for millennia. The last time we were out in the open like this, Mary Shelley was still running around, writing her horrible fan fiction.
Wait, was this inspired by A Night of Blacker Darkness?
Yeah, slightly.
Well, here's the thing. What if we go up against the government and everybody just dies, so then we're still not out in the open?
Zaf, I command you to not have those thoughts. You are on my side in this. You will argue only for my position. We do not have the strength to do this.
Okay.
Have I made myself clear?
I mean, there's ways you could make yourself more clear, but yes.
Zaf, you're going to immediately leave here and go find Gree. We need him for anything you're going to do to work. He is the pawn that makes my plan feasible. If we don't have him, we don't have anything. Go find Gree.
Okay. And I have no idea where to find Gree.
Yeah. But you make your way out of the vampire nightclub and then go off wandering around looking for him.
Before I leave the nightclub, is there anybody there that I can feed on?
Do
they have
cocktails?
Do you say as much to Quinn?
Yeah, I say, like, do we know, first of all, do we know where Gree might go? And second of all, if he's going somewhere dangerous, our friend Abernathy kind of jacked at my face a bit. So I could use some fresh blood if possible.
She rolls her eyes and says, back room to your left, right before the bathrooms.
Thank you. Is that where Gree is too?
She rolls her eyes again and turns away from you.
So she's not going to help
No,
me.
I don't think she knows, right?
Fine.
I think
I'm trying to just do what you're saying, but you're not.
All she says is, Gree has a very short list of allies. Find one of them, you'll find him.
The funny thing is I'm heading in exactly the opposite direction they'd expect.
Yep.
And also, I'm like, I don't talk to Gree. I don't know who his friends are.
I mean, you kind of know at least two of them.
It's true. Go talk to the nerds.
So, okay, I go to feed and like take away my harm.
Yeah, so you go into this like back room and there's like various like probably parishioners of this Catholic church that have been kidnapped and commandeered for this like.
I feel like I would
weird
recognize some of them.
Yeah, no, it's like the Catholic church. This particular Catholic church apparently runs like a human trafficking ring for the vampires, so that they can feed on people. So, yeah, it is messed up.
Cool.
So you feed.
Yep. And I make sure nobody dies and I heal harms.
Very good.
So then I guess I go try and find Ben Pearson.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And you just go to his house if you want to, but that's also the Pearson house, so that's slightly risky.
I don't know where else to go.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Do I know that Pearson is bad? Nobody's told me things, right?
Yes. I'm positive that Quinn would have let you know that Mr. Pearson is bad.
Well,
at the very least, let's say while you were dominated, she filled you in on any important details that would help, like that would make it so you're not like hindering her mission here.
Okay. So maybe instead of going to Ben, I go to Brandon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe you find him at like one of the local parks, like trying to do drugs.
Yeah. I go to all the classic druggy spots.
Exactly. Yeah.
Behind every dumpster.
Exactly. And I think you actually, so you go to a normal like spot, like behind a dumpster in an alley or whatever, where you would expect him to be, and he is there, but he's not doing what you expect. He is in classic Spider-Man fashion, standing on the roof of the building. You're looking up from the alley and seeing him, and he's trying to like get the courage to like jump because he thinks he has superpowers, and he's like trying to test it out. He's like, no. Okay, I don't have spider webs. Can I fly? And he's just like dancing on the edge of the building, like trying to.
I'm like, hey, idiot up there.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Zaf. Just getting some fresh air.
I don't really care. Do you know where Gree is?
No, if you could tell me where he is, that would be fantastic. I'm looking for him too.
Cool, you're not helpful. I'm gonna leave now. You do your thing.
Whoa. Wait, Zap. Maybe we can help each other out.
I really don't think we can.
Zap. Just wait a second. Let me get down and we can talk.
How are you getting down?
There's a fire escape. And he starts to like clamber down.
Okay, and I just start jogging away.
He's like, no, Zap, wait, Zap, no. Yeah, I mean, I don't think if you're literally just jogging away, I don't think he can catch you. So
I don't know. I don't think I want to get involved with this guy. He knows nothing.
I think he's
just an idiot.
He clambers all the way down, and you're already gone, and he doesn't know where you turned, and so he's just like, "Dang it!"
So I guess I go to. I don't think Zaf even necessarily knows Noah's name.
Noah
so
Henderson. Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, guess let me figure out where that other nerd is.
Yeah, it sounds like gazing into the abyss to see if you know where he lives.
Yeah. Or even know his name.
Mm-hmm.
That's dark, correct?
Yes.
Oops, there goes my phone. Who is that nerd?
Oof. Yeah, that's a fail.
That's a fail.
Mark experience, at least.
Ooh, okay.
So I think what happens
just
is
leveled up.
Nice.
I'm trying to think like the worst person you could find right now. Like whose house you could think is Noah Henderson's house, and it's not.
Wouldn't it be Mr. Pearson? But he's already established at
the thing is he's at the nuclear power plant right now, and Zaf showing up to Mr. Pearson's house isn't as bad.
Cassie's parents, probably.
Oh,
that's
but I mean,
so much better.
No. Yeah, he obviously wouldn't go to their house, but I think actually what happens is Zaf, your parents find you.
Not my parents.
So
a teenage boy's worst nightmare.
That's the thing. After they got the call from the police, they've been driving around like because they phoned in the situation right to the station.
They called my parents saying we were coming down to the station.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, because Cassie's missing and he's been missing. They thought maybe like they both got kidnapped or ran off together or something.
Well, no, because literally they two bodies of police officers were found at Miss Quinn's house after they had already called in and said Zaf was here, and it's like really bad. But it's just Zaf's parents, right? And so this is the thing, Zaf. The first thing you notice is that they're in the same car together. This is actually the first time you've seen them in the same car together for years, right? They have separate cars. They never drive together anywhere. They have separate jobs. They have separate lives, it seems, these days. But the threat of you wandering off somewhere or whatever has actually got them in the same car for once. So they pull up alongside in like their Suburban or whatever it is, right? And your mom, who's in the passenger seat, like rolls down the no, she would just open the door, right? Like even before the car is stopped, and she just says, Zaf, where have you been? You're muted or something. Yeah.
No, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, hello?
Yeah. Oh, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what just happened then. I guess I'm just gonna be like, I don't know. I just 1 second I was hanging out with a friend from school, and then the next second I wake up in a teacher's basement, and police officers are waking me up, and they're trying to take me to the station, but then there was a man who attacked them when we got upstairs, and I got away. And I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think your mom just like comes over to you and like gives you a big hug, right? And like,
and I mean, I had healed my harm, but I would guess I would still at least have a giant goose egg on the back of my head from getting thrown against the wall.
Sure.
And like probably some like light bruising on my face from getting punched a couple times.
Sure.
Just to make sure that it doesn't get turned on me that I murdered them.
Right.
This time I didn't.
You have defensive wounds. You have,
Yeah.
So your mom just like hugs you and just says, "Don't worry. We'll take you right home, okay? I'll tell the police that we found you." And
I don't know where my friend is. I'm just trying to find my friend.
What friend? What friend?
Well, it's not anybody that you would know. We've never We just kind of started hanging out.
Yeah, and you even like see a little bit of twinge on her face, like, oh, of course I wouldn't know your friends. I don't ever talk to you. Like, I feel bad about this. And so she says, oh, of course. See, that's the thing that like makes her not question anything and just be like, of course, of course. Where was he? He was there with you? You were both kidnapped or something? Oh, my baby.
I don't really know. And I kind of am like rubbing my head to show that I have a head injury.
Yeah. Yeah, she just like ushers you into the car and like gets in the back seat with you, right? And it's just like stroking your head, and she just says, honey, he apparently Zaf was with a friend of his, and your dad just says, we're getting you home right now, young man.
No, I'm really worried about him. We need to, and I want to look my dad in the eyes.
Okay,
find him.
I say we need to find my friend Bree.
Sure. Go for it, real hot. Terrifying.
Oh boy. Did you get anything from leveling up that'll affect this?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Partial success means that you have to choose one of those bad things.
You know my dad's sanity is unhinged.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
you
so
know it.
He just pauses and he just slowly nods. He says, we have to find where your friend Gree is.
I'm really worried about him.
You're really worried about him.
Yeah.
Of course, son. And then he just pulls the car away.
Like,
I don't have another person out to kill me right now.
I'm just kind of like, I don't think he really has his parents in his life, so it would mean a lot if you guys could help me find him.
And your mom is like, okay, of course, because she wasn't expecting the dad to fold that easily, but as soon as he does, he's like, oh, of course, we can do that for you. But the dad is just like a robot. He's just like, yes, son, of course. And just pulls out. And where you want to look?
I guess, can I gaze into the abyss?
Sure. Yeah, that's probably what this is.
Okay, so he's marked for the hunt from me because I fed on him.
Okay.
So we have a preternatural bond. So if I gaze into the abyss concerning their whereabouts or well-being, roll as if I had dark 3.
Nice. Okay.
So my dark is -1.
So you get
but
plus
I will
4
add
to this.
+4 to it.
Amazing.
That is gross.
Wow. That is gross.
Nice.
No.
Wow.
Okay, so Zaf, you get the
that
vision.
feeding ended up being very important.
You get a vision, right, of Gree in a car with Christina Clark and Garrett, and they're on the way to the nuclear power plant, where you know enough from Quinn that that's where the program stuff is and where Mr. Pearson is. So you know how dangerous it's going to be, but you also know that's what you've been commanded to do. So
gonna have a showdown at the power plant.
Look, I'm a normal
with a bunch of innocent
boy.
civilians.
Yeah, I'm a normal teenage boy. I don't appreciate my parents enough. We're
That's
going in.
Sounds good. So we just see a minivan and a Suburban on their way to the secret government facility.
Woo.
People gonna die.
So Iceland, we cut it back over to you, and you're still just staring down at your dead body, and you just like float away. You just like get out of the whole thing and are in the air now, like above the thing.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, because I don't want to get caught again, because I don't know if he knows that if he thinks I'm dead, or if he knows that I'm a ghost again.
Yeah.
So I just like I do that double take thing where I like look at the guard, look at him real quick, and like they're both probably like looking at the body. I'm just like, and I don't know if I stay and listen at all because I don't really want to, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to get stuck again.
Yeah.
You know? But I guess if I'm invisible, I guess I really wouldn't get stuck again, right? Because I mean, I could still just like, even if like he knew I was there, he wouldn't be able to.
So if he turned off
Touch?
the field and turned it on again, that would technically do the same thing.
They do the
But
same thing.
Iceland doesn't necessarily know that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, up to you whether or not, because
But
like
would
Iceland
you-
certainly wants to know more things that are going on, right?
But would you reasonably stay is the question.
Yeah, it depends on whether or
don't
not
know.
Iceland wants to know things more or escape.
I've just been tortured. I feel like
Yeah.
I just like want to escape.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I feel like I got a lot of information. I got like that I have a bunch of siblings. I got them all out. They're all under the gym, which he doesn't know that. I know that. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I feel like I just need to like go to the gym. Like I need to be at homecoming and dig up my siblings. I don't like they're under the gym, I guess, right?
So
like I need to like go underground.
So Iceland, you just
as a ghost
fly
form.
away, right? You fly up out of the underground into like above the nuclear power plant, and you're about to just like zoom away to the school. But as soon as you do that, of course, that's when you see Christina Clark's minivan, which you recognize, almost to the entrance of the plant, right? To like the front gate. So what do you do?
And she
real quick. So as I'm leaving, because I'm sure I can probably still hear things like as I'm like zooming out. Do I hear
probably just
them like?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
say
probably
anything
just
like,
Mr.
what the-
Pearson. Yeah, it's just Mr. Pearson like yelling at the guard, like what did you do? You killed it! Like you ruined everything! Like that sort of thing.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
Yeah.
All right. I want to take a rock and throw it at the van.
Okay. Roll cold.
Okay. To do what exactly?
To do what you want to do, right? Get their attention in the right way.
Okay. That's cold. Okay. I mean, I'll take it.
Well, it's cold. It's you're acting under fire, right? You're acting under pressure. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't think you knew this at the time, but I think you get a sense right now, or maybe Iceland doesn't, but at least Alyssa now knows. If you choose to do this, if you choose to like interact with an inanimate object and like try to get their attention, you will also get the attention of whatever ghost radar still exists that will at least indicate to someone in the program that there is activity outside, like spiritual activity that they can pick up on the grounds, right?
Because it's the idea of the paranormal acting with the normal in it causes some sort of things that they can
So
detect.
you can do it. You can get
But then why didn't they detect me when I came in?
Because you weren't acting.
I don't think you touched anything. You just like
I mean, I went
around.
through stuff. Like that's interacting.
But
with
that's
stuff.
just going through it. You're not interacting with
this
it.
is you trying to get someone's attention by like throwing rocks. So for whatever reason, you're gonna like trip an alarm or something.
Well, I'm not gonna do that then.
Okay, so I think like
she wouldn't do that. She
the
would probably like go
stones-
towards like if she like probably like thinks this and then like just like goes straight for the van and like hops in.
Okay, yeah. So you're in the van. You see Clark, Mrs. Clark, Garrett, and Gree all in the van. What are you saying to them, Gree, as they're like pulling up to the gate? Like Mrs. Clark is just like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, I told you not to come, but here we are. And
Garrett's just like, what do we do, Gree? How are we supposed to
told you
convince them to? But you're here now.
And then Iceland's just yelling, "Don't go in, go back."
We can't hear you.
I know, but that's just what she's doing.
Like, look, I'm here to help you. This is your idea. I'm just here to protect you, if I can even do that.
So I know that if I interact with any object at all, that this is going to trip it off.
It's like It's mainly like the using it, like being so overt about it. Like you were like gonna start throwing rocks at the car. Like that's
Okay, then I want to like tug on Gree's like jacket.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just trying to like be as subtle as possible.
Yeah.
So Gree, you feel your jacket being tugged at. Like it just feels like something on your neck. Like someone.
So I'll probably like
like
scratch
a
at my
spider.
neck. 'cause
Yeah.
it's probably,
Like
yeah, it's like where the blood was or something.
right.
And I'm like, oh, it's just catching on my shirt or something like that. Do you
Um,
know? You have to maybe roll something to see if would Gree have to roll, or who would roll to?
I don't
figure
think we should make a roll yet. Iceland should
Okay.
try a couple of things, right? As she's trying to
Okay.
like.
I want to like unbuckle his seatbelt, like click it.
Okay. Yeah, I think
If he's even wearing one, I actually don't even know if you're wearing one or not.
Mrs. Clark would probably insist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, look, you better be wearing a seatbelt, buddy.
Yeah. So
He
yeah, so
Gree would like-
I think we should just like go with this as like Gree is responding to these things happening, and we'll see what happens, right? So
I think
Gree,
at
yeah,
this
your
point,
seatbelt just comes off.
Gree, because here's the thing, Gree's like sitting there, power plant in sight, going frick. What do we do? Frick. So it's like, oh, I forgot to buckle. Rel. It's like it's like maybe the road's a little bumpy, and I hit a bump. Oh, I didn't buckle it as well. So he'll buckle it back in, like just make sure it's tight in
I want
there.
to click it again.
He's gonna grab it again. Slowly, this time he's gonna slowly and deliberately buckle it in,
Click.
and he does again. He's gonna go, Iceland. Because he's like, something is happening,
and right when you say that, that's when you pull to a stop at the gate, and a guard starts walking over to like the driver's seat, and
Gree would be
Clark is rolling down her window.
No. Gree would be like, go, no, get out of here, go, leave.
She doesn't immediately, unless you want to roll something. I think maybe roll hot, right? Just to like manipulate her to do what you want. Like you just listen to me right now. Go do it.
I have a -1 to hot, but I have a forward on her, so
yeah.
Like, we need to get out of here. Would Iceland know? Would Iceland come back out of her darkest self for me saying her name, for acknowledging her?
No, you have to.
No,
like,
you have to like demonstrate how much you want me around. Which I don't know if you should do that right now, but I mean,
not right now. Okay. Fire one.
Yeah. I mean, I have ideas.
Oh, you freaking kidding me!
Nice. So she's flustered by you saying that, right? And she's like, great, shut up. Like, because the guard's coming. She's like, I need to talk to this man. Like, you can't say this right now. Like, and she turns and says, hello there. I work for Emmett Falls Public High School, and I was hoping, kind of like looks at you guys, that my students and I could get a tour of the facility.
Gree's just like, oh my gosh, is this really happening right now?
And the guy's just like, I'm sorry, man. I don't have any. This isn't on the schedule. You have to schedule these sorts of things in advance. We've done tours before, of course, but and obviously he's assuming, just like the actual nuclear power plant, right?
He might not even know about this.
Yeah, who knows that this guy actually knows? Well, see, I think we did schedule it, and there was this like really bad paperwork mishap. The hard drive.
Ma'am, it's a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
School's not even in session.
I think that's what he says. He literally says it like that too. He's like, "Ma'am, this is a Saturday.
This is a Wendy's.
You're really gonna need to come back with proper clearance." And I think she just like is biting her lip, looking at you, Gree, and just like, how about you just go check the schedule again? Just, it might be there. We've been trying to get it on there. Maybe it's in your system now. I've been having my secretary on this all day. And the guard just like rolls his eyes and kind of humors her and walks back. And she turns back. She turns to you really quickly. I don't think she actually turns to you, Gree. She just like kind of has her like talks without moving her mouth to you and just says, "Great, what do you mean we need to leave? I thought we were going in here to find Iceland."
We found her. She's here.
What? What do you mean she's
and then I don't know if Iceland would do this or not, but it's a funny thought. I like get into the passenger seat where she's sitting and then I pull it in reverse.
Oh yeah, just put the car in reverse.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I think you do that and then the car just like
because I mean like she's probably got her brake on it and then
she does,
she just like sees the gear shift into reverse.
Yeah, and then she still has her foot on the brake, but she like looks around for a little bit and then it's like, are you sure about this, Gree?
Get out of here. You're in over your head. Let's leave while let's leave while we still have ours.
And we can see she's about to follow your advice, and then we see Zaph's parents' Suburban pull up behind.
Oh no.
Behind them. And
okay.
she like would go in reverse at this point, but then she looks back and she's like, And like I think you had your dad parking or like pull up close enough that she can't just like maneuver out easily.
Yeah.
Do you just get out of the car, Zaph?
Yeah, I think I just kind of go, I think he's probably here. You guys can go.
And if Zaph, you just like step out, your dad just literally like turns the car around and leaves. And while your mom's just like, excuse me, honey, what are you doing? and like I really confused.
Gree looks looks like through like the rearview mirror, sees Zav's and just goes, "We gotta leave now."
Okay, then Iceland's gonna like hit the gas.
Hit the gas. Yeah, and I think it startles.
Start burning rubber.
No, I was gonna say I think it startles Mrs. Clark so much that she takes her foot off the brake and suddenly, like the car just like
hit me with this car.
I think so. I think that's what's gonna happen, right?
Oh, no.
Zaph, go ahead and make a cold roll, right, to act under pressure, act under fire here, to just dodge the car.
What I took after having all my experience is I could get a +1 to one of my stats. And I took my cold from 2 to 3.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'll laugh if you fail.
Zaph just gets run over. All right, end the story.
Partial succeed.
Partial succeed.
Zaph is so cold right now.
So, Zaph, you can dodge out of the way of this car. Okay. But there's something like it leaves you vulnerable somehow. I'm trying to think.
If I get hit, can I take harm but still be on the car?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. That makes sense.
Yes, please.
So I go and take 2 harm.
Okay.
And you get run over.
I sucked some blood at the church.
And at first, like Mrs. Clark is just letting it go in reverse, right, as Iceland is pressing her foot on the gas. And then it hits Zaph, and then she just says, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh," and then moves the steering wheel, and then turns around, so you're now facing away, and the guard is just like, "What the heck? You just ran over that kid!" And starts rushing over to like see what happened, and then
I'm like, I'm on the back of the car, right? Yeah. So he rushes over and I'm just like, I'm good.
I think at this point when we like push to tell her, like, go, drive, go,
exactly.
Go.
That's what it's true. So Christina like just puts it into drive and then and starts peeling off, and Zaph's on the back of the vehicle, right?
Yeah, I'm just holding
on. This is why we should have left earlier.
And then we get a shot of Pearson getting a call, and we just hear one line, and it's like, Mr. Pearson, you're gonna want to see this. And we just come back to you guys, and it's like a car. We got like a long driveway up to the power plant, right? And so Christina's just driving down at like probably it's just continue to get faster and faster, right? Just like 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, just like going down this like dirt road.
He's still on our tail, quite literally.
What do you do, Zaph?
Can I
see him? Whoever. Yeah, I think so at this point. Like at this point, you guys are aware that he is on the back of the car.
What kind of car is it?
This is a minivan.
Poor Garrett's probably freaking out. Like, what the heck,
yeah.
man?
Yeah, he's definitely just like freaking out.
What kind of rear door is on this minivan?
I just want to let you know what I'm picturing happen is I got hit and then I've climbed where minivans kind of have that lip before the trunk opens. So I'm standing on that and holding on to, most minivans have the bars on top of the. So I'm picturing him holding on to that while standing on the little lip.
Yep.
I'm debating. Like, part of me wants to like open the hatch so it goes up, but then he'll just climb in. So like I'm worried he'll just climb in.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
I mean, so this is the thing, Gree, you're incredibly strong. So if you wanted to like jump into the trunk there and then just like shove the trunk door open so that he just gets flown away.
Well, they're generally on hydraulics, so they can't open that fast, is the thing.
Yeah, but Gree, you're Superman, so you can just like push the whole thing off and rip it off with him on it, right?
Oh, that's true. But then he could if he's fast enough to hop in, there's no guard, is the thought.
Well, yes, but like you'll be pushing it up and off. And Zaf is going to be pushed up and off.
Well, I'd hope in that case that I could climb on the roof.
Climb on the roof. That would be the next step for Zaf if he did that. So
here's what I'd probably do first. I'd probably reach forward, grab the steering wheel, and like swerve it back and forth to try and shake him off.
Okay, yeah, Zaf, go ahead and roll a cold to keep your cool and stay on. It's about time we got some action sequences in this story.
We've had a lot of death, not a lot of action.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, Iceland's probably the one doing that, because she's like up there. But
that makes sense. Yeah, maybe you even just say that, Gree. You're just like Iceland, and then suddenly
Iceland, swerve the steering wheel.
And Christina's just like pressing on the gas and just holding her arms like this.
I failed. Guys, I failed.
Whoa. Holy moly. So Zaf, you just like get thrown off of the car and hit the dust.
Here's the thing. Can I now use Limitless?
Yes. You now become a red mist.
I'm assuming that I know if this succeeds, I would take at least 2 harm from getting flung off a moving vehicle at high speed.
Yeah.
And that would kill me.
Yeah. So you just turn into a cloud of red mist instead.
So I would like to can I turn into a mist and mist into the vehicle?
I think so, right?
That's evil.
So at first it just
looks with the wrong vampire.
So Zaf gets thrown off of the car, and then we see this from Gree's perspective, and you just see like a spray of red, and you're just like, ooh, whoa, like that was violent. And then the red continues with the vehicle, right? And is flowing alongside the vehicle, and then just shifts inside to the car in the seat next to you, Gree, because you're in the back seat. And then Zaf, you're just like appear naked still because you don't know how to control this part of the power. But yes, you are there.
I punch him.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Roll cold, Zaf.
Oh, not volatile?
Or no, you re-roll volatile. Yeah, that's how that works.
Look, I'm a vampire. I should be kind of skilled, and you got to hit me pretty hard.
Go for it. Oh no. So you try to punch, Zaf like blocks.
Can I just make my face where he'd be punching me back into the mist?
That's what I was thinking.
Perfect,
too.
Yeah. Amazing.
But the rest of my body stays. It's just
And then what do you do next, Zaf? You have the move now.
I flip him off. And then I look at what's her face who's driving?
Christina.
Yeah, I try and make eye contact with Christina through the rearview mirror.
Yeah, she's just like, what?
And I say, I think we all need to do a little praying and try and hypnotize her that we need to go to church.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Roll your move.
So I gotta roll hot.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't know that I'm in the car, so.
Gree, you need to come help save the world with me and Miss Quinn, and I hate everyone involved, but I have zero choice in this, so you should also not have any choice. So go ahead and choose your option there.
She knows exactly what I've done to her.
Oh, okay, yeah, but she just can't help herself, so she's just like, oh my God.
I'm also gonna grab the steering wheel and like go against her.
Yeah. The thing is, she is a fully bodied woman while you are a ghost. So she just has more strength than you. Like if she's fighting against you, I don't think there's anything you do unless you want to try something like actually mechanically.
Yeah. Well, that's what I had in mind.
But
unless
even
I
then,
just
I was gonna say I just don't think it's enough. At the very least, like you can't do anything on your own, but maybe Garrett tries. Like I'm sure Iceland tries to do something. I just don't think it's gonna be enough to actually do anything against Clark and right now. But Garrett or Gree could probably Garrett. Go ahead. Yeah.
I mean,
the amount of physical force you
could I well, I mean, because she's got her hands on the steering wheel, could I put it in park and then take out the keys?
At 60 miles an hour, I suppose you could do something like that.
Well, because I could also slam on the like I have the power to like slam on the brakes. Like
we could
I don't
also
know.
just tell Garrett. I could also just turn to Garrett like, Garrett, help!
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Garrett needs to do something in this situation now because he's just been doing nothing. So
Garrett, you just gonna sit there?
I think Iceland tries to get the rest of the steering wheel away from Christina. She's just a bit too strong for you, and then Garrett just like.
I mean,
yeah.
If Gree says to Garrett, are you just gonna sit there? I want to look at Garrett and say, yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
Go ahead and do that, and we'll see if Garrett can do something then. Otherwise, then yeah, Iceland, that will be your next move is to try something like that.
I mean, flipping the car at this point seems like the best option.
I don't want to kill anybody.
Well, Iceland, you'll be fine.
But I want to protect Garrett.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Gree doesn't care.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
surprising.
he just says F you, and then he just grabs the steering wheel from Clark and probably just like does what you were gonna do, Iceland. Just like reaches over with his leg, puts the brake on, and then just steers off to the side, and then just kind of like makes the car go into the ditch or off to the side of the road and then just stop, right? And he like puts it into park, grabs the keys out, tosses them out the window.
I mean, like, would he have to roll something for doing all that and not dying?
He can't roll. He's an NPC. So I think he'll do this unless you want to stop him, Zaf.
I mean, like,
but I think Gree probably. I mean, like, could Gree do something to prevent Zaf from like being able to like stop him? Because I mean, Gree's also right there.
Opposing volatile rolls.
Let's have you. Yeah, there's just been a bunch of rolls that have been the same thing at this point. I just don't want to. Let's say that.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, at what point, like, if he's doing something, running the car off the road at 60 miles an hour, as discussed, and turning it. There's two humans who are just in the front seat, and you're saying that we're going into a ditch at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like, do these two humans
he puts on the brakes first, but yes, it's still bad. Let's say this. Let's say the car flips. No one dies, but both Christina and Garrett are now like hurt, right? We get the car flip. Yeah, just like crash, smoke, and whatever else. Everyone kind of like is jarred and dazed by it. Clark and Garrett are both like unconscious.
Iceland's probably fine.
Yeah, of course.
Well, but the first thing that happens, is like once the car stops moving, Gree's just gonna go, not what I meant.
Yeah. But then Zaf, I assume you probably still want to do something.
Grease?
Because at this point, you still just need to agree, right?
Yeah, I look at Gree and I go, come on.
You gonna try to hypnotize him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hypnotize you.
Yeah, so like you guys are like dazed and like frazzled.
Wait, Gree, do you have any strings on, Zaf?
Yeah, do you have any strings on me? I don't think you do.
Oh, and I used my string on Christine.
I was gonna say, I think
So-
like Gree, you're like obviously dazed from that, and you say your line there, right? You say like, "That's not what I meant," and then you turn, and Zaf is like right in your face, right? Like, hypnotize.
Come on. And also, do you have a jacket?
Right, because he's naked. But actually, Gree and Zaf go and take 1 harm each for the kind of like.
Oh, I
Bang.
script death.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nice. What do you want to do? So before you do this, Zaf, we'll
Yeah, that's I'm
do
like,
this
well,
first.
Your
resolve
body
this
is a
first.
prison. You don't belong inside of it. You just need to put it in harm's way, make it suffer just like it made you suffer.
So you do
Not
that
to be a way
or
to
clear
teach-
all your strings.
I don't have any strings. The only string I have is on Brandon.
Well, it's still technically an option that you can choose.
Well, here's the thing. I think at this point, Gree's in a similar situation as he was before. He's like, the only way out of this is if I just
death.
get myself completely
Yeah.
out of this. So, the thing is, though, we're currently just in a ditch.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how Gree would immediately put himself in harm's way, other than running towards the guard, trying to beat him up and like get shot by the guard.
Or just go with Zaf. That's
the
obvious.
most dangerous thing too.
No, because he wants out of the situation. He doesn't want to be a pawn.
He doesn't want to be a
anymore.
pawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
I guess.
So yeah, I think if that makes sense, is the Gree has now had that switch. But Zaf can, I think, still try to get his hypnotize move off. Because you guys are like still buckled in and in the car, so Zaf can look at you and say something before Gree can get out and try to do something. Unless you just want to take a shard of glass from the broken window and just try to kill yourself right now, I suppose. But seems a little dramatic.
Here's the problem. Here's the one problem. We're right by the power plant.
Yes.
If Gree tries to kill himself here, he will be immediately saved
Yeah.
by the power plant. So how does this work?
Huh. You know what I just thought of? The power plant. It's a plant that produces powers. Superpowers.
I didn't think about that.
Zaf, roll your thing, please.
Yeah, because how's this gonna? Oh, he fails.
Oh, all right,
I
Gree.
fail.
It's all on you, right? I think your hollowness probably is the thing that's definitely pushing Zaf off right now. So yeah, all you.
Have
What
we
do you do?
established where exactly we are in the world? Like, I know where we said like
You're
we're
in
in some
Idaho.
rural place in Idaho. Yeah, but like where? Are we literally in the middle of nowhere?
Rural Idaho.
You're in rural,
here's my
southwestern Idaho.
Here's my thought. Gree could literally just run out into the wilderness and just run and run.
That's true.
he-
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
just
gonna
run.
follow you.
as mist.
This seems anticlimactic.
Sorry. I'm just like, I have a single directive.
Maybe maybe Gree would know that he's like he's just gonna follow me. I need to go somewhere he can't follow me. We haven't established enough of the minutia of the world that I can think of someplace. The lake. Gree's gonna just go jump in the lake. Were we far? We're probably pretty far from the lake, though, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Dang it, where would he go? I literally
I know,
can't
I'm
think
trying
of
to
where
think of
he
something
would
too.
go.
But I mean, we're both super fast, so you could run to the lake.
Yeah, but
even
it's gonna
then,
be like
jumping into the lake. I don't think is gonna accomplish what you want. It's gonna take a while to drown yourself, and Zaf could just get you out, right?
yeah, and it would take, I'm guessing, like an hour-long run.
Yeah, probably not that long, but yeah.
I literally, like, I honestly just can't think of what would happen in this situation, other than like running to the guard and shooting himself.
Yeah. So,
but even then,
let me
like,
pause at something. Let me pause at something. So,
Mhm.
let's say maybe Gree stumbles out of the vehicle, maybe like shoves off Zaf, like, nah, get out of here,
Mhm.
like I'm not listening to you. Gets out of the vehicle, kind of stumbles to his feet, and sees that he is now surrounded by like the special government cars of the program. Pearson and is like has a gun with a bunch of other government officials. They have guns pointed at you. And this is the moment where they're just like, put down, Gree, Pearson says, Gree, come along quietly, and this can all be over.
It will never be over. I've been going through this for how long now? And it's still not over. Oh, wait. Wait, never mind. I think I know exactly what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go, it will never be over until you are. And he's going to attack Mr. Pearson.
Yep.
Because that is a surefire way to get him
Can
either
I
out of the situation
assist?
one way or another. Huh?
Can I assist somehow?
Attacking Pearson?
Yeah.
That's fair. You probably don't have an issue with that. So keep in mind, you are surrounded by like trained government agents that are specially trained to kill people like you, Zaf. So there's that. They might have wooden bullets to try to kill you with, right?
Look,
silver
if
bullet.
somebody tries to kill me, I turn into mist.
Right, no.
Well, they might have something for that too. Who knows?
Yeah, I think, yeah, but
sure,
gonna attack Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I feel like there is a like help someone else move. Let me check.
Can
Would
I
this
just give a forward or something? Would that be something? I don't know.
Maybe.
Like if I just am saying I'm helping, that can make him roll with a forward.
So I'm not seeing, usually Powered by the Apocalypse games have like a help a person move, but I suppose I'm fine with just kind of giving you a +1 in this situation, Gree, if Zaf is helping you. As long as you're okay, Zaf, with putting yourself in harm's way with the move. Right?
We have been forgetting something on my character.
Mm-hmm.
Try harder next time. When you screw up, give yourself appropriate condition and take one forward. We have not been doing that in my failures.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of it, there was 1, 2... I don't know if it really matters because all I'm going to get is more moves for more skins. And honestly, like, I don't even know what that would be right now.
Yeah.
Let me just check real quick. So, 1,
your
2,
playbook is like a experience farm.
3, 4, 5.
Gree's almost like completely finished with his.
I would be completely finished after this.
I only have 2 more open.
Yeah, we're all pretty close to the end game here
6
for these characters.
Yeah, if I did all of those, I would have full experience, including meeting my hollows, and I'm perfectly fine ignoring experience. I guess is my point from now on, and just kind of.
Well, you might as well mark them, and then if you see a move, like if we happen to do a 1 session after this, you can look at the moves, in between.
Yeah, I'm full on experience.
We can just say you're full now. Yeah. Yeah. So. Gree, I think you just roll volatile, right?
And I'm going to mark off the condition suicidal to get another +1.
Yep.
So that will be
+3.
+3 altogether, yeah, with your fill forward move.
Wait, which one?
With your like give yourself a +4 and forward when you fail. Yeah.
No. Oh wait.
No, that's what it is. It's not actually experience. Yeah, it's right. Take 1 forward. Oh, but you get experience.
Give yourself an appropriate condition.
Yeah.
Which gives me experience.
Give you experience. That's
this
so many stacking bonuses.
Busted.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. This game is not meant to be like this. Is we're reaching the point where the game would normally be over. Like this amount of sessions is typically how a campaign goes. So.
And honestly, here's the thing. Gree also knows this. If Mr. Pearson dies, I'm useless to Miss Quinn.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because So yeah, kill Mr. Pearson.
Sounds good.
+3?
Yeah, +3 altogether. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
So I just rush up to him and just go, boom, just right in the face.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, they all try shooting you, right? And Gree would maybe be fine with being shot, but he's also just too good, right? Especially as his darkest self, like he just doesn't care about his own life. And so probably a few bullets rip through him, but it doesn't matter because like he just goes Hulk mode, like, yeah, goes up to Mr. Pearson, caves his face in immediately, and then like maybe throws the car that he was hiding behind just like into the air.
No, throws him into the car because there's still people in the car.
Sure, yeah.
Throws his body to the wreckage of the car.
Yeah. Well, I mean the cars that they came in, right? They came down
they
like
came in,
government
okay.
cars, right? So you
Okay.
like punch his face in, and then like and the car like goes flying out into the into the open space beyond the road, and the government agents just all starts firing at you. But I assume Gree, like with this 13, I think you just kill them all if you want, right? You just go on a
I'm fine with
rampage
that.
and just like murder them all. And Zaf, you can describe what you're doing to help as well.
I think I'm probably just like going around and trying to assist with like ripping some throats out,
Right. Yeah.
like to try and like feed on as many people as possible to
Sure.
help heal me, but also it distracts them
Yeah,
from
yeah.
what Gree's doing.
Go ahead.
Question. Because Zaf failed the role to hypnotize, would that mean that you're no longer dominated because Gree is overpowering you? Like, isn't
that was
it
Darkest
has to
Self.
be?
No.
That was Darkest
Yeah,
Self.
that's
That's
Darkest
Darkest
Self,
Self.
which she's already
Okay,
got.
never mind.
Yeah, the domination thing.
Then
is a
how do you
different
get
thing.
out? Then how do you get out of the domination thing?
She just has to make some sort of like Emily would have to come up with some in-game thing that she's trying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which
I
I'm
thought that
not.
was never mind.
No, they were connected. That's like him being in the Darkest Self was what gave her the in, but it didn't go away when he came out.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So Zaf, you can go ahead and like do your feed move as if you had done it once.
Oh, cool.
As you rip through things.
Well, I guess you said that there's a bunch of soldiers, right?
I mean, I don't know if you're gonna have time to like sit down and feed for more than one time, right?
Okay. Well, the one time that I do feed, I'll heal a harm and take forward.
Cool. Yeah, because
I'm not going to make sure they don't die. Yeah, they
Makes
can
sense.
die.
Yeah, so I think we just we see part of this like horrible carnage, and then we cut away, and I think we see Garrett, right, like upside down in the car, just like kind of coming to consciousness again. And I assume Iceland, you're like next to him in ghost form, like worried, right?
Yeah.
But I think
much. Like, all this chaos is going on in the background.
And we just hear all the screams and stuff in the background, right? But I honestly think like Garrett, like when he comes awake, he's just like, Iceland, where are you? And that's when you appear, right? You come out of your darkest self, and you're kind of like knelt right next to the car, right next to him.
Oh yeah, like I'm like right in front of his face.
What do you do?
And I just say like, I'm right here, Garrett. I'm right here. I'm so sorry. Like not knowing that like I'm.
Yeah. And he blinks. He's like, I think I hit my head because. Are you really a ghost, Iceland? Like, holy crap.
And then she like looks down and she's like, you can see me?
Yeah. Sometimes.
And she just like, and she's just like, she like tries to like unbuckle him, like get him out and like pull him out.
You know, that line right there was so quintessential of your guys' relationship, though. When you asked, "Can you see me?" and he said, "Sometimes."
Instead of saying like, "I can always see you."
Yeah.
Like
sometimes
it's so much better.
Yeah. Sometimes I, get over myself and I actually realize that I do care about you and I see you. And yes, you help him kind of get out of the car, and then Garrett like looks at the counselor who's still like unconscious and goes over to the other side and tries to get her out while like bullets are flying and bad things are happening behind you. And I think you manage to get her out, but she's like unconscious. So I think Garrett's like holding her like over his shoulder, and he's like a big football player, so he can manage this no problem. And he's like, I think we need to get out of here now.
I could not agree more.
And unfortunately, you're kind of like in a large open space, so it's not like you can just like make a break for it without Gree and Zaf seeing you, but I don't know if they would interfere. So
here's the thing too. I also picked my last ability. That it could help later.
Yeah. So I think he just like starts not jogging, but like stumbling off with her.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think like Iceland like looks back like really quick over at Gree and Zaf, and it's just like because she like looks at Gree like through like a new lens of like I know things now, but like
we just have to leave them, Iceland. We need to get Mrs. Clark to a hospital. Can you reach into my pocket and grab my phone? You need to call 911.
All the police are dead.
Well, 2 of the police are dead.
It's a small town. Yeah, I mean, I think she just says like there isn't like I don't think I can carry both of them, but I can fly. I can be much faster. But I don't want to leave Garrett. I think. Man, I have so many conditions. Yeah, okay. What do I do? I mean, I feel like what's going on over there, I'm just like I'm gonna go I'm gonna go with Garrett and Christine for sure. I just wish that like I could help him go be faster.
Yeah.
How long does it take for us? I mean, how long does it take for us to take out all the government
Not very
agents?
long.
I was gonna say probably by the time you're helping them out, like we're done.
I would say that Garrett is stumbling away with her as you guys are finishing up.
Well, I would say probably the last thing I do is I would, as we kill them all, I walk over to Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, and you see like part of his face is caved in. His glasses are like inside of his skull. I think he's just barely alive somehow. And he just like looks up at you with like one good eye. And he just says, I could have made you into so much more, Gree.
And Gree steps on his neck and says, I'm fine the way I am. And here, because here's the thing, he's gonna like crush his neck, rip off his head, hand it to Zaf and say, tell Miss Quinn to leave me the F alone now. Because like they wanted her as a pawn. She wanted him as a pawn for Mr. Pearson. Now like here, checkmate.
Zaf, if you want to make a roll right now to try to break free of Quinn's commands enough to like make this be a possible, because like as it stands right now, you really should just like get him to come with you. But I feel like the immense carnage that Gree just accomplished might
also just kind of like, could I not just text her and be like, Gree just killed Pearson. Do we really need him anymore?
Do you do that?
Like,
so Gree's just like standing there, like blood spattered. And you just like text
her, or maybe like,
yo,
can I FaceTime
yo, Quinn.
Her? Can I?
Sure, yeah, you can FaceTime. Yeah, and she's just like, Zaf, did you find him? Zaf, why do you have blood on you?
Crazy you say that, and I like and look around,
and
it's Gree like stepping on the neck of Mr. Pearson.
Well, no, I think he already ripped his head off, though. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think it's Gree just kind of like maybe breathing heavily, like surrounded by carnage.
I just say, do we still need Gree there? Pearson's head is no longer communicating with the body.
So Quinn closes her eyes and just slumps, and she says, oh, you stupid, stupid children. You've just made everything much worse. And I think she just hangs up because I think she's just like, y'all are a lost cause. I need to cut my losses because you have just unleashed the beast.
The thing is, here's the thing. Gree was suicidal. He didn't care.
Yeah.
So
can Emily roll something now to like
now? Is she willingly letting me go?
I think so. I think literally what happens is she hangs up the phone, lets like you lets you loose. You feel the domination go away.
I look up at Gree and I say, I think we can still make it to the dance.
Yeah, it's just like 2:00 in the afternoon. We can still make it.
We obviously hard cut from that moment, right?
Oh, that's great.
So Iceland and Garrett are like gonna get Christine to a hospital, right?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I picked my last ability. I picked from Iceland's ability, Limitless. You can walk through walls.
Everyone can walk through walls now.
Wow, great. The one cool thing I have, guys, and you all just have it now.
I can only do it when people are trying to kill me.
I really just wanted the fly thing. Here's the thing. Now,
quick question for you, Caleb. Can I gain a string on Garrett or Miss for Creep? Because I silently witnessed them in a vulnerable, like a private moment kind of a thing.
Crash. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So I get one on Garrett
and one
on Christine.
Because the thing is, essentially, we can fly them to the hospital right now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you want to.
That was part of the reason I took it. Is it's one, easier to run.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I think probably where we're leading with this, right, is we just hard cut away from that moment. We see Garrett, like helping Miss Christine into, or giving Miss Clark to the hospital staff, and they're putting her in a gurney and like taking her in, and Garrett like looks behind him, and like we just hear a and Gree is like flying off, and no one else really saw it, but like we just know that that's what happened. And then honestly, I feel like what really should happen next is you guys should go to the gymnasium at the school, right? Because your brothers and sisters are there, right? That's really the only last loose end here.
Well, besides the releasing whatever Miss Quinn was talking about.
Yeah, but I honestly think at this point it might be like sequel potential vibes, right? Like that's really what this is.
Change this into like icons and we become superheroes.
Become literal superheroes. Yeah.
I mean,
if you guys are fine with it, I think we just get like you guys show up at the school, right? And I think if you guys
and we have showered and changed.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. You maybe you go to
probably would have
go to Miss Quinn's house.
Does the homecoming dance have a theme?
So this is what you see when you arrive at the school. First thing you see is homecoming canceled. And you don't know why. But
I'm in a full tux. This is a large disappointment.
Your girlfriend isn't even there.
Yeah, but I'm so hot.
And Zaf, I think probably you, Zaf, got a text from Todd. And
my boy.
It said they found Cassie's body. WTF.
Where was the body again?
In the lake.
At the bottom of the lake.
And so that's why they canceled the homecoming, because they're like, oh my gosh, a student died. Like
yeah.
And it probably looks like she was murdered.
Also, the police are dead. And a lot of things are happening in the town.
I just respond with this emoji. Like the one without eyebrows.
Surprised emoji.
Just like surprise emoji, no eyebrows.
And wow, yeah. I don't think he responds. But you guys like are out in front of the school, right? And you see this like on the signboard. Zaf has had this text, and you guys just walk in, I assume. It's locked, but Gree can just like punch it open.
Gree is Superman at this point.
Yes, and you were always meant to be. So,
some people have romance, some people have superpowers.
Yeah, and I think you guys just walk into the gymnasium, right? The school, the hallways are empty, everything's quiet. You get to the gymnasium, you push the doors open, and I don't know what you guys think. What was the theme of homecoming?
Radioactive.
I don't remember.
Super.
I thought it was like under the sea or something, like something like familiar. Really dumb.
Was it under the sea?
Yeah, I don't know if we
can just say it's under the sea.
Sure.
And if it's under the sea, I would like my tux to be like a shimmery blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like sequins?
No, not sequins, but the kind of material that like if you look at it at different lights, it kind of like changes color a little, like kind of holographic, like oil slicky kind of, but it goes like blue green.
Sure.
Because it's under the sea.
Yeah.
I do have one hanging earring, and it's coral.
Uh-huh.
And my cummerbund does have snack packs of goldfish.
You know what I realized? This homecoming theme is also really distasteful given where Cassie's body was found.
No! That's why they canceled
it. That's awful.
We must dance in her honor.
So you guys, on her grave.
Yeah, you guys walk in and you see all the like muted decorations and the like dim lighting. Like none of the lights are on in the gymnasium. And Iceland, I think Zaf and Gree like open the door and walk in. Iceland, you're standing right at the edge, and you still feel this compulsion not to go in. What do you do?
I thought the compulsion was to go in. I had to go to homecoming.
Yes, but remember you kept sabotaging yourself and you never ended up going for one reason or another. And so you're at the threshold finally, and you just get this like preternatural fear. Like, I can't.
I'm just picturing right now.
I mean, but I'm not at homecoming. Homecoming's canceled.
It still, for some reason, just like triggers for you. Like you just like feel like you can't do it. You can't step.
I'm traumatized. I can't. I have unresolved trauma.
Listen, Iceland, you have a bajillion conditions right now.
I know, really. Did I traumatize? Did I mess everything up? I'm so easy, and I'm a liar, and I'm so awkward, and I'm just so shocked by everything that's happened.
And Drew would probably just look at Iceland and go, Iceland, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. You're the one who knows where all this stuff is.
I feel like the background music right now is the song You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray, but like much slower and in a minor key.
Wait, what song? You
Can't Stop the Beat.
Oh
yeah. You can't stop the motion of the ocean or the sun in the sky. But it's like very slow.
Yeah, minor key version. Yeah.
Yeah, creepy.
Just say
thank you, director Emily.
I can't go in.
Why not?
I don't know. Same reason I've never
you
been
look
able
down.
to go.
You look down, Iceland, and you're still in your like, hoodie and jeans or whatever, right?
Well, actually, so I was going to ask about that. Would he have changed me into like some kind of like gown or something like that when he was like torturing me?
I think since we've moved past it so far, probably no. Otherwise, it would have probably been a bigger deal. I like the idea of like you just looking down and being like this has always usually been the excuse, right? It's like I can't go to homecoming because I don't like I can't actually be a part of this. And obviously it's different now because this isn't really homecoming. But for some reason, those clothes, the fact that you are stuck in these clothes, stuck being the key, the operative word, it still just like stops you.
Yeah.
So would you actually say about your clothes?
I know it sounds silly, but I'm not. Just I can't. I'm not ready for homecoming, I guess.
Ready how? This agrees like a guy, like ready how, like
I don't have my makeup or
yeah, I offer her a snack pack of goldfish. Don't know if that would help.
I can't eat.
I just kind of like shrug and stick him back in the cummerbund.
I love how Zaf is like tagging along with this, even though like there's really no reason why he would do so.
Well, now that the news is out that Cassie's been found dead, I'm gonna skip town pretty soon. So.
Yeah, you're now gonna join the superhuman club. Yeah,
we got to make one final appearance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so do you say why you're not ready? Like, we're not ready. How? Like,
I don't know. I caused all this.
And now we'll end it. And he'll walk up to you and say like, and now we'll end it together, and trying to grab her hand.
And what? We wake up all these people. And then what?
We'll figure that when we get to the other side.
Save the children experiments, save the world.
look, if they've done, because wait, so remind me, because it's been a while since I remember. So like there are the other experiments. They're underneath the gymnasium, but like, are they
in
dead
like a
or are
stasis.
they just kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I know why I put them in a stasis.
Or how,
I think
even. Yeah.
Or how. Yeah. I just like I took them out and then for some reason I put them there.
I would think if like we were playing Masks, Iceland would be a super Nova, right? She has all of this power and doesn't really know how to use it. And we're starting to see that like she actually has way more abilities than she probably even realizes. But yeah.
Look,
like my character that I played in Mass.
Yes. But ghosty instead of earthy.
Look, Iceland, if what Mrs. Quinn says is right, more stuff's about to go down, and we're gonna need all the help we can get, and we might as well
I don't want to be part of this anymore, Agree.
That's fine. You don't have to be.
I never wanted to be part of this.
You don't have to be. But I'm gonna need help with whatever's coming our way. Look,
I thought you didn't want to be part of this.
I don't have a choice anymore. They're not gonna stop coming.
Eating goldfish.
Must say, is Garrett there? By the way,
I think he stayed with Mrs. Clark.
I just started obnoxiously eating goldfish and like crinkling the bag, like just like.
I don't have a because this is also Gree in his darkest self.
Yeah,
he's like I don't have a choice anymore. They're gonna force me to fight, so I'm gonna fight every single one of them until they leave me alone. If that means it causes the end of me, so be it. But if anything, I'm going to have help on the way. If you want to pass, look, I'll do as much as I can to help you get to the other side.
I can't agree. I literally killed myself this morning and I turned back into a ghost.
Well,
like I felt the blood. I felt the hurts. Like I haven't felt hurt in so long. And then when the hurt and pain was over, this hurt even more.
well.
I got Frederick killed somehow, even though he may have been part of the program. I don't know. It's all confusing if he was a priest or if he was part of the program. I don't know. I've gotten so many people into trouble for my mistakes. I shouldn't have even. I don't even really know why I left the program in the first place.
Well, now's not the time for regret. All I know is past you seems to have thought this was a good idea. And I trust your past self as much as I trust you now. So let's do this.
That sounds like Gree making a hot roll.
A what?
A hot roll, right?
Uh-oh. I'm bad at that.
Yeah, but you're trying to use like persuasion and whatnot, right?
I know.
I was to say, well, you didn't trust me back then because you didn't come with me, fool.
Well, yeah, but we know the reason for that is because he was scared of losing you.
Yeah.
He was hoping that him not coming would mean you stopped doing it, right?
Yeah.
Granted, player Seth has a feeling that them waking up might be a bad thing, but Gree's like, we need as much help as we can get because people are apparently still after us. They're not going to stop, so might as well.
I mean, roll hot.
It might bring our death, but Gree doesn't care.
That's true.
Right now.
Yeah.
He's.
I'm trying to feel. I mean, if you succeed on this, I don't know. You might help me get rid of one of my conditions, which would be nice.
Okay, well, I have a -1 to it, so let's see what happens.
Ooh.
Here's a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing I just saw called season advances. It says when someone takes their 5th advance, which I did. Mm-hmm. No, I took my 6th. It says, it's 5th advance. The season advances are unlocked for everybody. Oh, for everybody.
Ooh.
There's one more session left after the current one and the season ends.
What does that mean? What are season advances?
I don't know.
Change your character skin, rewrite your darkest self, retire your character and start a new one, gain 2 of the growing up moves.
Where are those?
I don't know.
Point being is I reached the season advance.
Yeah.
So we have to have at least one more session of this for sure.
I don't think we do. Like, I think this is it.
Oh.
Well, so
I mean-
I would think if we do season 2 of this, I honestly think we should do it in masks, right? And
That would
just
be
make
fun.
you guys superheroes, because I think that's what this is at this point, right?
Well-
We don't, it doesn't matter, like, the romance part of it doesn't really matter anymore, at least in
Well,
mechanics.
Here's the thing, because I'm like, I mean, I don't know what's about to happen at the gym, but like, Zap's leaving. Like, Zap's not staying here.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, this was kind of Iceland's idea. Gree's kind of like, this was like her idea to
Like,
begin
what are
with.
we doing? Yeah.
And now I'm
like-
backing out. Yeah. I mean, I think here's the thing. I think that Gree's making like good arguments here. It's just that he's not what she needs to get into the gym. Right. That's just the ultimate thing, is that like,
Sure. Yeah.
you know, like that's probably just what it is. She's just like, so she just like shakes her head and just says, nah.
Then, of course, what happens is Garrett walks in.
I was about to say, I was going to go get him if she didn't enter.
He could get a car from someone.
Mhm.
And we hear footsteps from behind you. You guys turn, and Garrett is standing there. And he's like, there's something important about this, isn't there? I don't know a lot about what's happening, but I know that I want to stick by you, Iceland, when it happens.
Trying to like.
He looks at Green Zap and cringes slightly, remembering the carnage, you guys.
I told you. No, he does that. He goes, I told you were in over your head, man.
What conditions does he have?
I
Just curious.
have no clue. I would have probably written it down in the chat, but at this point, maybe he doesn't have any. I don't know.
You might be a little traumatized.
He would have some.
You're watching people die.
I think he should have 2 conditions, and they're both called wrecked. One of them is physically, and one of them is emotionally.
Sure.
He is a bit beat up.
Yeah, I think he steps up beside you if you don't stop him, Iceland.
No, I don't think so. But I think she's just like,
What's going on here, Iceland?
I mean, I think you know, Garrett. Not everything, but you know what I am.
Yes, but I don't know what this is about. Why are you here? And it makes sense. I always thought there was something weird about you and homecoming, but what's beyond those doors? What happens when you walk through them?
I don't know.
Isn't it just like the school gym?
It's literally the school gym, and Iceland's been in it before, but this is like different now for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure about that.
Yep.
Honestly, I really don't know. I wish I could say. All I know is my instincts tell me I need to be in there. Or maybe it's my heart tells me I need to be in there, but my instincts tell me to pull away.
He looks you deep in the eyes and he says, "That's how I felt about you until a couple of days ago. My heart didn't want anything more. My heart wanted nothing more. But my instincts, the way I grew up, sometimes it got in the way. But we all have to make choices that we don't like. But we make them because we know that they're the right ones to make." and he reaches down and holds your hand. And I think he says, sorry, I didn't bring a corsage. But do you want to dance?
You want to dance with me?
Yeah. Whatever that means.
This is when he says, "You're a ghost. I bet you're light on your feet."
She's like, I've never danced before. I don't think I'd even know how.
Let's figure it out together. I think you should make a roll at this point, Iceland.
I need to make a roll?
Yes.
Okay, to
I
do
think
what?
you need to roll cold to act under pressure.
Okay, because I'm feeling like nervous.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you still need to push past whatever this weird kind of preternatural
Instinct.
fear is. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say, okay, so man, I have like nothing to like get up like I only have stuff to mark experience, but it's all like making promises and helping resolve conditions and stuff. Okay. Well, all right. I have a +1 a string on Garrett. I don't know if I can use that here or not. Because it's not like I'm using it on him. It's more like I'm using it on myself.
That's fine. Go ahead and do it. You won't be able to use it otherwise. So.
All right.
Might be like one of the last rolls of the game.
Yeah. I know.
No.
That one was what I needed.
Right on the money.
Yeah.
So you take a step forward together. And you walk to the center of the gymnasium. Zaf and Gree, how are you responding to this as they're like walking out?
Standing to the side, let them dance. We'll do our stuff later.
Well, so this is the thing.
My thought process.
He's not actually going to dance with her. That was a metaphor. He wants Iceland to do whatever she needs to do here, right? Like that's what is happening.
He's not, after that whole speech, he's not going to dance with her.
Maybe they start kind of pretending to at the very beginning of this process, but
awkward like prom dance, like.
Well, even literally just like kind of he holds you to him.
Do they not just like awkwardly spin in a circle for a second and then she spins off on her own and transforms into the super being to raise her siblings?
Here is the other thing. If anything, even if they don't dance, Gree doesn't know what's about to happen.
Right.
He's going to stand off to the side.
I think what happens.
Yeah.
I think what happens is Garrett just holds you close, like you are going to start dancing. And then we just see Iceland sink into the ground, right? And Garrett just like blinks and it's like, whoa, I didn't expect that necessarily. And we don't see what happens below the gymnasium, but we just see like the cracks of the wood of the floor of the gymnasium start to glow blue, kind of like translucent blue. And then suddenly Iceland arises with however many, I think there's like 10 of them or something. The other 8 of you, blinking awake, of varying ages, but kind of all children to teenagers, and they're all in their kind of like gray jumpsuits, and they blink awake, and the probably who's like number 2, looks at you, Iceland, and it's tall boy, and he just says, "What happened?"
Do I remember everything now at this point, or do I still not know anything?
I mean, you remember enough. I don't know. I don't know if there's a whole lot of important details that you don't know at this point. You probably still don't understand how you put them down there, but you at least like instinctually knew how to get them out. So
okay, yeah, because I put them down there to protect them from the program.
And you were
right?
trying
the whole thing.
You were trying to do it to yourself too, but you couldn't. For whatever reason, you couldn't do it to yourself either.
Okay.
So you were hoping to just like, bury yourself bury all of you into the ground and never have to just sleep forever.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, Caleb, but maybe my original plan was for all of us to go to school here together and like just have normal lives, kind of a thing. But then like they wouldn't let us. Because
this is the thing, Iceland's kind of like ghost motivation this entire time has been to end things, right? It's been to die so she can move on. And when we talked last session, we talked about that being part of the thing that was happening when she convinced all of her brothers and sisters to like come here with her to escape. Was we won't be able to run away from them, but we can hide, right? We can go to sleep all together and never wake up. And that'll be better than the horrible things they're doing to us. But Iceland couldn't do it to herself. And so maybe at this point, yeah, she is like starting to go away from that instinct, but I think it's been such a fundamental part of Iceland's character that I think that had to have been the motivation for like bringing them here.
Okay. But now I'm like, I tried to kill myself this morning and here I am still. So clearly I have something else I got to do.
Yeah.
And so do you guys.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what she's come to realize, that she's like, I can't die. So I might as well
use my life well or something. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Instead of just sitting at a desk all day.
Sure. Yeah. Gree, Zaf, how do you respond to this?
Gree's like, huh. Probably what happened. I just have this image in my head. It's okay if this isn't actually how it goes, but I just like Gree just goes, huh, and then like Zaf just like hands like offers over like the bag of Cheez-Its.
Here's a different bag that you can have. Yeah.
I
pull out from my
guys must be hungry. It's been like 50 years.
I pull out the cummerbund from behind it, and I have somehow one of those like big cardboard cartons of goldfish that you can like open up and dump out.
Yeah, and I think we just hard cut from that, right? And we kind of go to denouement, because like it sounds like Zaf is just gonna like skip town and disappear, right?
Yeah. So my plan is, before too much time passes from the text I get from my bro that they found Cassie's body, I just send like a text to my parents and I say,
your dad's still hypnotized.
That's fine. I just say, I heard they found Cassie's body. She's gone. I can't stay here knowing that she's not here. And like send that, and that's all I send. And then we see like I'm out.
Drop your phone in the trash and like,
yeah, I'm gone. I don't know where I'm going, but if I'm gonna be 17 forever, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's true. Gree in Iceland, I assume you go off with all your superhero buddies and go find somewhere to hole up for a while.
Yeah.
It sounds like Garrett's coming with you.
No,
is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
We leave with the knowledge that we're probably going to be attacked by vampires potentially, or that we've unleashed something else we don't know.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. I think so. This is Iceland. Garrett has basically said like, I'm with you if you want me to. Like, I truly do love you, and I don't understand any of this stuff that's happening right now, but I want to come with you. He's like, what was I going to become anyway? A professional athlete like my parents wanted me to be? Probably unlikely.
Cue laugh track.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then
in the sequel we can get into the whole I don't age, but you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you want me to make him 17 forever?
Zaf could turn him into a vampire.
It's an option.
I don't know that she wants that.
I don't think anyone in this group would suggest it, but it is technically a solution to that problem.
Would Garrett take it
No.
as an option?
No.
Okay.
He, at the very least, he certainly would not think of it as an option, right? He
Well,
doesn't even know what Zaf is.
Yeah, I think no, probably not. I wouldn't suggest it.
Okay, it just figured
until like eventually it because we probably don't even think about that right now, like that's a problem.
Yeah.
So but she's of course is like, no, you can't leave your family behind, like don't do that, and he's like, no, I'm gonna and whatever, it lands on that.
Yeah. Cool. So I think in the kind of like epilogue here, we first we see Todd still in that he's walking out of the kind of hospital room that Amy's in, and grabs out his phone as he gets into the hallway, kind of walks to a window, sighs, opens his contacts to Zaf, and he just like types you out a message, and he's like, Zaf, I don't understand any of this. You killed Cassie, didn't you? You're responsible for all of this. I don't understand. Send.
Phone's already
Hear that phone vibrating in the metal trash can that it was thrown in.
Yep. And then I think we cut to Brandon.
Yes, I was hoping for that.
So Gree, how do you guys get out of the city?
Can we like all fly at this point? Like,
actually, you know what? We don't need to talk about that. I had an idea for Brandon's end scene, but I have a better one actually that I thought of. So we see Brandon.
I had an idea too.
No, yeah, we see Brandon. We see Brandon get he's walking down like the alleyway or whatever, and he's like he's frustrated. He was trying to figure out if he had superpowers all day. He's walking down the alley. Some kind of like thugs step out of another alleyway and kind of confront him, and he's just like, God, dang it. I knew I shouldn't have. And then he's like trying to back up like away from them, and they're like jeering at him, and then someone steps out from another corner and like just like puts 3 bullets in the back of their heads. And he steps forward, and it's probably a government agent of some sort. That's the look that this guy has. I'm thinking Nick Fury is probably the kind of vibe that we have from this dude. African American dude, bald, and he pulls out a badge, flips it to Brandon, and he just says, what's his full name again here? Brandon Martinez. Why don't you come with me? I have some things that you might find interesting.
Yeah.
They're recruiting more teenagers.
Yes, exactly. And of course, Brandon's going to be one of the people that they have.
I thought you were going to turn him into a vampire.
No. He has to get superpowers, man.
Yeah, but vampires have their own powers.
And now he's going to be one of the enemies that we have to go up against. We're going to go up against the new teenagers and the vampires.
Exactly. I think the only other thing we really need to do with these characters is see the vampires themselves. So we see Miss Quinn and Abernathy and the rest of the Quasters having just finished a vote, right? And Quinn is like has her head in her hands, and she's just shaking her head, and she says she doesn't say anything, and all the other vampires are just like walking away with their lackeys, and Abernathy stays and standing right next to her chair, and he just says softly, "The world has changed, Quinn. and we need to no, that's not how we say. He says, "Cheer up, Quinn. Today is the dawn of a new world, one that you'll be on top of when the dust settles." And Quinn says, "You've made a terrible mistake, Abernathy." And he says, "That is yet to be seen. I, for one, think that the blood between now and then will do nothing but feed us." And then we hard cut. Yep. So I don't know exactly how a monster romance story ended up turning into an epic battle that probably will ravage the United States and the world into an apocalyptic wasteland where vampires and other supernatural creatures are fighting the government and superheroes. But here we are.
Well,
Hey, honestly-
it makes sense because all of that's happening, and then just like some people happen to like make out.
I feel like there was like no making out in this at all.
Zaph's
What are you
storyline
talking about?
was
I made
only
out with
making out.
I
but
made out
yeah.
with girls all the time.
Like you made out with
One of-
Cassie, kind of, but it was mostly to feed on her.
And
Really,
Amy.
That's true.
Look, I have the condition of playa with how many A's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A's.
Guri was the only one who really didn't have much of a romance, except for like the times when like Veronica was sad I wasn't going for her.
Yeah. I mean, this is about one of the strangest little stories that we've ever done, but
Fun
it's-
though.
Yeah, no, it was
This has
really
been so
interesting.
fun.
Yeah.
I think it's just fun because we just had this. Like, this is just ridiculous. Let's
Yeah,
just be as ridiculous
kind of
as
having fun
possible.
with it. And it just turned into something bigger.
Guri went from like literally to a name that had gray in his name twice in 2 different languages to actually being like somewhat of a character,
Mm-hmm.
and then ended up being Superman.
Zap
Who has a
evolved
death
from
wish.
being so hot to being
so
even
cold.
hotter, but also with goldfish.
Everything's coming up, Zaph.
Everything is coming up. Zap.
So what do we want to do next?
Yeah, so
then?
that is a good question, and we should talk about it. It's because we certainly could do the actual superhero sequel to this, but I'm also fine if you guys are interested in doing something else for our kind of like side story thing that we're doing.
I think I would maybe be interested in something else because I'm
Yeah.
certainly like Zaf is not going to be getting
Sure,
involved.
of course,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, we just had 10 more people come. That
Exactly, you could
pick and choose
easily be
from.
one of the other set, but it's fine. Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm honestly kind of fine letting these characters go. I think they had a really good run. Personally, like I'm kind of like they had a good run. This was fun.
It sounds fine to me.
Let's try.
I mean,
let's do something else.
It's honestly the kind of thing where if we wanted to come back to this, we wouldn't even
Always
have
could.
to come back to these characters.
Yes, true.
We could always come back as
It's a
completely
setting
different
now.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
come up with a weird setting where vampires versus superheroes is a thing. So, yeah. Cool.
Man,
But,
can you imagine playing a human skin in this now?
Yeah.
How would that wouldn't work very well.
I mean, if I was human, I would be Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You know?
Basically a superhero all by himself. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Or Vin Diesel, who has the superpower of familia.
My brother hates those memes, but I think they're great. Because like I was just mainly asking because like we don't know if Jordan's going to be available next.
Exactly,
week
yeah.
as of yet,
And-
so-
Well, I mean, I also have, I don't think I'm available next week. I think I'm
Oh.
scheduled to work.
Okay,
That's why I'm
yeah.
like, I have my schedule.
Yeah, and we can obviously do like one-offs too and whatnot. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
if it seems like we're gonna have this configuration again and we want to start a new kind of like long-term side story thing that we come back to every once in a while, I'm certainly down to do that. So,
we also have the option of the I think the Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's also is
Yep.
this powered by the apocalypse?
yeah,
I think the Avatar one is
Avatar
also
is
a
too,
similar
yeah.
system.
Yep. Yeah, honestly, Powered by the Apocalypse games are great ones to do kind of short campaigns like this, because they really do burn out hard after 10 episodes is usually the max for these sorts of games, and it makes really kind of bright, fast, short games that are very interesting and fun. So, cool. Well, let's go ahead and just end there. Thanks for playing, guys. This has been Monsterhearts. Such a weird, fun little game, and I really enjoyed it. So
it was fun.
All right, we're out. Thanks for playing, guys, and thank you, the watcher, for watching. Oh yes.